Everybody, the new year 2024 has just started, and let's have a look what the top three trends might be this year in the three markets, the cryptocurrencies, Forex, and the futures markets. Now let's have a look at the top three in cryptos. You might have heard that just a few days ago, the Bitcoin spot ETF was approved. That was a process for about 10 years. And it got just approved a few days ago. I mean, there were a lot of rumors in the market. And I think what applies here is sell the news and buy the rumors. Well, the rumors is over, the news is there. The Bitcoin spot ETF is coming. And we already had our long-term entry signal here. We might actually get from here, after this quick move higher to this stop run level, resistance level, we might actually get a pullback, sell the news, and then a bit later in the year, a couple of weeks or a few months from here, we might actually, once we meet the 21 moving average, we might actually then cut through the consolidation high. I think Ethereum looks much better than Bitcoin. So what we see here is the Ethereum chart. The Ethereum is not too far away from its long-term entry signal. So the rumors was driving Bitcoin, and I think Ethereum, the second biggest crypto coin, has a lot of catching up to do till it meets the same level, right, in Bitcoin, the first stop run level. Now the rumors are starting that there's an ETF, an Ethereum ETF coming up. So buy the rumors and sell the news. And actually Ethereum looks better on a long-term perspective on a monthly chart. Ethereum has outperformed Bitcoin since down here twice. It doubled in relation to Bitcoin, and I think Ethereum has a lot of potential, especially if the rumors start to get better and better for an Ethereum ETF. We already have a new pattern here. Well, that's on a 1 hour chart, and should we actually re-break the green line, well, there would be another confirmation entry signal that this bull move is going to continue. Now let's have a look at the third crypto coin I think has a lot of potential, which is ADA. ADA is Cardano. So Cardano has an S1 pattern here on a monthly chart. It has just rebroken the green line. That's the entry signal. That's where the stop goes. You can see it here as well. So that was the entry signal. It made its first move, right? And now it's a pullback. Well, that's a healthy pullback. And the pullback goes right into a cluster area, or back or close to the horizontal line, the base. It touches the 200 and it's really close to the 21. That's a cluster area. And from here, well, that might be a starting point to new highs. So again, here we've got a pattern. We have a pattern here. Yeah, we've got a pattern here on a 4 hour chart, and should we move, should we break this high, I've marked it with my alarm, well, that would basically be another entry signal here to drive to run this chart higher and to break the consolidation high. So there's a lot of potential. If this is the consolidation bottom right, well, this is the momentum move that is attached to the consolidation. It basically went here from 0.02 cent for one Cardano coin to around $3.5. Well, that actually means a 150-fold, 150. And as this is a very dominant consolidation, we're actually expecting the same folding, 150-fold from here to the target area. And we're basically looking for Cardano to get to around the $75 level. So from now around 3, so from now around 0.6 to 75. So there's a lot of room to go, especially if you trade a very low risk idea. This is a trade, but you actually want to trade the higher time frame, the monthly chart. So this is about the crypto markets. We are right here in the start of an exponential up leg that should last a year or two, and it looks very, very bullish and very good. Now let's have a look at the Forex market, the currency market. I've selected 3 currencies that have a lot of potential. One is the US Swiss. The US Swiss, I see a lot of potential to the downside. That means that the Swissy should gain in value more, well, against the dollar. There's a lot of room to go. This is an S1 pattern. It has not yet fully unfolded, and we've got another S1 pattern that has just triggered. And we are right sitting here at this important, this wick, this long wick. This is support stop run level. It's just testing the level. There's another one of those very good stop run levels, and we're basically moving to we're looking to move through these levels. That's a pattern within a pattern, and this second pattern has nicely touched the 200 moving average. It's basically the kiss of goodbye. And I think once we break to a new low, we should see a swift move lower. Or we're looking at a monthly chart, and we're basically as well looking for monthly bars like this. This is a momentum move followed by a pattern, followed by another pattern. And we're basically looking for this to duplicate a measured move, big monthly bars. They're not big yet, but this is what I'm expecting actually to see for this year to come. Now let's have a look at another US pair, which is the US CAD. So here I'm actually seeing a US strength and CAD weakness. So it's more about CAD weakness, right, than dollar strength, because we've just seen that the Swiss is much stronger than the dollar. So CAD weakness, something is probably going to happen here. So what we have is we've already had an entry signal here, again here on an S1. It came back testing it. Well, if double bottom, we've got another entry signal, and this S1 on the weekly is basically is embedded within an overall monthly structure. We've got a double high, two very important stop run levels. It's a cluster level, very important, and should this break, and it will break sooner or later because we're in an overall uptrend, well, then we should develop a lot of momentum. Well, some of the momentum comes out of this pattern, and then another form of momentum comes out of reaching the stop run low, which is a target. It's a magnet, right? So price is pulled towards and then pushed through. We've got a big number, so I'm expecting a lot of good follow through here in US CAD. So a weak, looking for a weak CAD. Now let's have a look here at the last currency pair, AUD New Zealand. Well, both are neighboring countries, both are typically correlated, but what you see here is that the Kiwi looks much stronger. So we are coming here from this down move. It's a measured, it's a momentum move, followed by a consolidation. This is again, well, that's the last kiss of goodbye. It's basically testing this high. It failed. We've got a double top, and now we're back into the range. And within this range, well, we're forming a sideways consolidation with a contraction in volatility. And this is what we're looking for. That looks really beautiful. This contraction is around the 200. So the markets look really sleepy here, right, in AUD New Zealand. Well, what follows after a contraction? Well, is a volatility expansion, and typically that goes in trend direction, and that's overall down. So we're looking for Kiwi New Zealand dollar strength. Nice thing here is we've got a series of stop run levels, all these nicely clustered one after the other. So that could actually deliver consecutive buying momentum. And once that happens here, once we trigger the weekly stop run levels, well, then the monthly levels come up. There's one here, there's a very strong one here that clusters with a very important big number, the par level, the one with 4 zeros. And then we're basically looking for a repetition of this momentum move, and we're looking for prices down here. So something is about to happen that makes the Kiwi much stronger than the Australian dollar. So that's the third currency pair. We really have beautiful trend opportunities both in the crypto markets and the forex market. Well, now let's have a look at the futures markets. So the futures markets, we're looking at different asset classes, and I see a good opportunity with equities, US equities, then with the metals, and then finally with the energies. And we seem to get right into this commodity super cycle we get going that should last about 10 years. So the YM, the Dow Jones, has just triggered a long-term entry signal here. I've written one of my newsletter articles was about this. So this is the entry signal. Price is consolidating really high with a tight ranging bars. at this stop run level. This is a consolidation high, and that looks very bullish. Should this high break, well, then we're actually looking for a momentum move like that. Well, if we look at these lower time frames, the quarterly chart and the annual chart, we can actually see that neither the Corona spike bar, which is this one in March 2020, nor the Ukraine war geopolitical tensions didn't do any harm to this very strong and smooth overall uptrend. And we're looking here for the market to go vertical. That this line is not going to be a straight line, so that is going to become curvy towards the upward. So we're looking for a vertical market. The minimum what we're looking at, well, is a measured move, similar to what we saw since the Corona fear low here, coming from here. So that would basically mean that is a doubling of the YM and the underlying stocks. So it looks very bullish here for the US equities and equities in general around the world. Now let's have a look at metals. Both gold and silver look very good. Let's have a look at the gold chart because it's a bit easier to read. We had back here, we had a signal that was in July 2019 based on a turtle pattern. That was basically we're coming out of this bottoming formation. Then we were testing the last highs here back in 2011 and then consolidating. So the bulls are shying away from this level. It has tested it, but couldn't break it, could not produce a stop run move out of it. We've got a lower high, Well, these are epic stop run levels. We're going to see a huge move coming out of this chart once these levels break. So basically that starts when the highest wick, so this one, or that it's basically the same one than here, when this wick breaks higher, we should see another measured move, a similar move compared to what we saw before here. So what we see is very strong quarterly bars, bullish bars, intermixed with one or two pullbacks back to the 8 moving average. So a very strong and smooth trend. Well, these are stop run levels, and we're actually looking to get in earlier, right, to capitalize on these moves. So there was this trade up here, there was another one back here based on an S1, nicely confirmed with a pullback. And just now, well, we had another pattern. This one here is embedded here, so we've got a pattern within a pattern within a pattern, and that's a triple pressure to the upside. And well, we just need to get out of it and start to run over the first level, and then the next ones are really close. And well, once that happens, once we break here to a new high, well, you'll read a lot about that in the mainstream media, that's a lot of opportunity. Still, the markets are calm, but this is going to change sooner or later in this commodity super cycle. Now, the last global contract symbol we are observing is natural gas. Natural gas is kind of a bit of a crazy symbol. It goes up and down pretty fast. It's a great simple contract to trade. We had here an S1 pattern short that has delivered, right? We've got big bars. That looks like an exhaustion move, right? If you compare these two bars, well, it's difficult to find that back here, right? Well, that was like in 2008. If you compare the size of the bar, this looks like an exhaustion move, and natural gas will join the crowd of all our other communities in this commodity super cycle. Now for this year, 2024, I'm expecting it at least to snap back to the horizontal line, the base, which is forming a cluster area with the 200. So at least I'm expecting here a snapback. When you can see natural gas is quite volatile. It can go from $3 to above $9. It's a tripling in price. Or within this year, well, we could even expect it to snap back to the 200 moving average, because we are overextended here to the downside and exhausted. So I see a lot of bullish potential here, basically a turnaround for natural gas. It's kind of a special pattern because it's not yet in an uptrend, but it's exhausted to the downside. So we have 3 opportunities in these 3 markets. very beautiful for 2024, and I'm looking forward to trade the markets and discuss them with you. Thank you.